Okay, so everything is all done, everything's added, and this is how it turned out. It smells wonderful. I'm gonna make a bowl. Food's on.
Beautiful morning here in Tenakee Springs, Alaska. We had a westerly west wind blow late last night and early this morning. So this is just what it looks like after the storm, and it's just absolutely beautiful morning. Here's the walk to the harbor. It's beautiful in the spring like this. Everything is growing fast. And had some rain yesterday after 3 weeks of basically sun. So everything is growing like crazy out here. Just heading down to the harbor to check on my chickens, give them some food. Nice power yacht there. It's a guest yacht, and yeah, just another gorgeous day here in Tenakee Springs, Alaska.
Hey there, so we've got a rainy day today, so we are inside doing a little bit of cooking, and what better way to cook some chowder. So today we're starting something new, and it's kind of like a mission that I have decided that I want to do. So I'm going to cook my way through the Tenakee Springs cookbook, and they sell this here at the library, and maybe we'll figure out a way to put a link below that you can order it. I'll give Sterling a little task to learn, link below. And so we are going to start off with cooking the salmon chowder. It's entered in by Lisa Cushman, and it's on page 13 of the well-fed and well-read Tenakee Springs edition of the cookbook. So what we're gonna do first, it's early in the day and I'm just gonna have to go to the store to get a couple things, but they don't open till noon. But the first thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to cook our salmon. So we have here 2 packs of coho or silver salmon that that Sterling's dad probably caught last summer. And so we're eating through the freezer stock, and I pulled this out the other night, and today I went, I'm gonna make a chowder out of it. So so first we're gonna bake that, and I'll kind of walk you through the steps of just baking it, and we're just gonna do really simple baking, so because we don't want to add too much flavor from with the fish to overpower in the soup. And I kind of want to cook the recipes as close to as what people have in the cookbook. Sometimes in Tenakee you have to be a little creative with what is here in town. So let's get started. Okay, so look at that amazing color on that salmon. It's just beautiful. So I have just lightly put a little bit of avocado oil on here, and then lightly seasoned it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. And we're gonna pop this in a 400-degree oven for about 10 minutes, and stay tuned when it comes out. Okay, so I just pulled this out of the oven. I put it in for 10 minutes, and it needed a little bit, it was pretty obvious that it needed a little bit more. Put it in for another 4 minutes, and let's see here. So to check, I always just use a fork, see if it flakes. This needs just a little bit more to me. It just isn't quite flaked there. So I'll put this in for another 2 minutes or so. Okay, so it's been in for an additional 3 minutes, and let's take a look here. That looks like it's flaking really nicely. And you know, normally if you're serving this as a salmon fillet, Okay, so it did an additional 3 minutes, and I just checked it here, and it looks like it's flaking nicely, but I'm gonna check it at another thick spot here, and yeah, it just is flaking really nicely. And normally if you are serving this at a dinner as the salmon fillet, oh, gotta love toddlers, then you would maybe not want to shred it apart so much. You would just want to check it just a little bit. But we are going to be breaking this down because it's going in the chowder, so that's perfectly fine. So we have our salmon all cooked up, and now I'm going to gather all of our additional ingredients for the chowder. Okay, so we have all of our additional ingredients here. The only thing that we don't have on the recipe is 3 leaves of fresh basil. I'm going to see if the store has dried basil just to have a little bit, but we have garlic. It says 2 cloves of garlic. I'm a big garlic fan, so I'm doing 3 cloves, a third of an onion. I'll probably use half of this because I am also a big onion fan. 3 small carrots, 3 ribs of celery, 3 basil leaves. We'll do 3 cups of water. It said 3 large red potatoes. I have Yukon Golds. We also don't have 3 chicken bouillon cubes. We're going to be using the Better Than bouillon, which it has a conversion here that 1 teaspoon is equal to 1 cube. So we'll use 3 teaspoons of that. And then we have dill weed. And then we have our salmon and some half and half. So we're going to get everything chopped up and ready to go so that when we get back from the store afternoon, then we can get everything assembled. Okay, so we have our olive oil, our carrots, and our celery all in our stock pot. Give it a little stir. So we're adding our garlic next. We've shredded all of our salmon here. We'll put that in a bowl, set that aside. So I wanted to make a side little video here because I have this gadget that I absolutely love. So I'm coming over to my garlic. Ooh, that was a fast pan. Okay, so I can tell I'm gonna need some new gadgets here. So this is the garlic press that I love to use. So Gordon got this a long time ago, and then I ended up buying one for myself. This I will make sure to put a link below. We are not affiliated with this at all. You can get these on Amazon, or I've seen them on a lot of different stores. We'll link it with Amazon just because we shop there a lot. I wish I didn't, but I do. And so you just press down and rock back and forth. And look, it's pressed all that garlic straight through here. Then you just use a knife and just scrape that out. This cleans so easy. You don't have to stick your fingers in that other little garlic press. And then you can just like keep pressing all of it at once. Well, not at once, but oh, that one I slipped a little on. But I'm doing this one-handed here. But you just rock back and forth. All the garlic gets pressed right through there. And you just scrape it all out. I bought my sister one of these too because they're just like the best gadget. I think everybody should have gadgets in the kitchen to make life easier. That's my thought. Okay, so now we've added our garlic and our onions. So we are just going to cook this down until the carrots and the onions are soft, it says. And then we'll add in our potatoes, our bouillon, and our water. So I have my 2 cups of flaked salmon here set aside, but as you can see, I still have some left over. I would say that one of the larger ones was probably plenty, but I had already pulled these out, so I baked them both. And what I'm gonna do with the rest of the salmon is make a little bit of a salmon dip, and so I'll show you guys how I do that as well. Okay, so we cooked that until the carrots and onions were soft. Now we've added our 3 cups of water, 3 cubes of bouillon, which was 3 teaspoons of Better Than bouillon, and our diced up potatoes. So now we are going to cook these until the potatoes are soft. I am a measure with your heart type of person, so you can make this in any other way, really. So we use the leftover baked salmon. In here we have some minced celery, diced onions, dill relish, mayonnaise, and then I've lightly seasoned it with a little bit of Johnny's seasoning salt and some garlic powder. So we'll mix this all together and I'll show you what it looks like. So we just finished up our salmon spread, and it's kind of like tuna fish, but with salmon. So this you could put on a sandwich, you could eat it with crackers, you could do whatever you want. I'm eating it with some club crackers today, and we'll see how it turned out. Definitely really good. This is a lot, so it's not going to be just for me. If I made some just for me, I would probably add a little bit of hot sauce. But it's really good. Nice thing to do with a small amount of extra salmon. Okay, so our potatoes were done. I added in our salmon, our half and half, and our dill weed, and now we'll just stir. Oh, we got a little one waking up. Stir, and it just says to add all of that and heat until warm. So we're pretty much done here. We'll see how it is. Okay, so this is how it all turned out. It looks great. It all is super well mixed. It looks like a really even amount of everything. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so everything is all done. Everything's added, and this is how it turned out. It smells wonderful. I'm gonna make a bowl. Food's on.
Okay, well here's my project for the day. This is the tongue and groove ceiling in a 20 by 30 cabin that we built here in Tenakee Springs, Alaska for one of our favorite clients. This cabin is unique in that it has drywall walls painted light green and then the tongue and groove wooden ceiling. Many of our cabins have this same tongue and groove paneling throughout the entire cabin. This cabin has a couple beautiful collar ties, and I really like the black fan. I think it's kind of a bit of modern touch to a traditional wood ceiling. So our main focus at our company is building these cabins and small homes. We build them almost entirely out of second growth Sitka spruce lumber that we harvest from the Tongass National Forest. Sitka spruce is a wonderful material. It's light, it's strong, it's easy to work, and I just absolutely love processing the trees all the way from the forest through the sawmills, through the drying process, the planing process, and then finally the actual carpentry and installation process in the finished home. This ceiling took me quite some time, a bit longer than I've expected. It should be between 3 to 4 days for us, and I was waiting for the ceiling lumber to dry. So I had to let the clients move in into their home, and then I had to come back and complete the ceiling, and it was a bit more challenging to work around the stuff in the house than I expected. So it took us a bit longer than I thought, but I am exceptionally pleased with the end result. The Sitka spruce is gorgeous. The light placement is perfect for all the LED can lights in the ceiling. I couldn't be happier with it. I love the look of the wood. I love the color. I love the contrast. So we're just finishing this cabin up, putting the final touches on it, and in a couple more weeks we'll be getting ready to start looking at another cabin. if you're interested in purchasing a second growth homes cabin built anywhere in Southeast Alaska, or anywhere for that matter, please do look at our website at secondgrowthak.com. Well, we had a great day in Tenakee. I finished the ceiling, the tongue and groove spruce ceiling that I've been working on the cabin we've been finishing in town, and we are headed back to our island camp at Strawberry Island. We're so happy. It's a beautiful day. Ava's asleep. Nels is asleep, and we're just feeling great. Just got out of the bath, so we're gonna get over to camp and see how things are looking on our island.
Made some salmon chowder.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna reheat over there.
Elizabeth did her first cooking episode that you'll see on our YouTube channel this week, and so we're gonna eat that chowder tonight.
I'm gonna cook myself through the Tenakee cookbook.
And we'll see how it tastes.
Well, this is exactly what you don't want to run into when you're out here. You really have to look out for these. This is a big, huge deadhead. It's like, might even be a piling. It's huge.
I think it's a snapped off piling.
Wow. So I think this might be a snap.
Oh no, it's a tree, so it's probably got the root wad on it and everything down there underwater.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Okay, yeah, that's a branch coming off of
That
it.
is hilarious. So that's the 18-inch top of a spruce tree. It's probably 50 feet long, and at the bottom of it is a root wad. Isn't that crazy? Jeez.
That is pretty nutty.
Oh, that's gnarly.
Yep, look out for that.